Why are the strongest people not those who avoid challenges, but those who embrace them? Life doesn't always offer smooth paths. When hardships strike, only those who accept and face them truly grow stronger. Have you ever felt swept away by worries and failures? Pain, defeat, and relentless anxiety can easily make us lose direction. But what if these hardships are actually hidden opportunities for growth? Stoicism has the answer. Instead of avoiding struggles, this ancient philosophy teaches us how to accept them and master our emotions to find true inner peace. Main content: the power of acceptance. Life is not always smooth sailing. There will be times when we feel overwhelmed, as if storms of challenges are pulling us under. Pain, failure, and anxiety can easily strip away our patience and leave us feeling lost. But Stoic philosophy reminds us of a profound truth. Everything happens for a reason. These hardships and difficulties are not meaningless. They are essential parts of the journey of growth and self-development. Stoicism, an ancient school of philosophy, teaches us that every fluctuation in life, whether joyful or sorrowful, carries valuable lessons. It does not encourage us to avoid adversity, but rather to face it with calm reasoning and a peaceful soul. Living by Stoic principles does not mean ignoring emotions. Instead, it means mastering them and maintaining peace within no matter how much the world changes around us. For Stoics, this is not just advice. It is a way of life, one that helps us stay strong, unshaken, and deeply rooted in inner strength during any storm. Point 1. Impermanence and acceptance. At the heart of Stoic philosophy lies a powerful idea. Impermanence. Everything in this world, from the external material world to our emotions and thoughts, is constantly changing. Some changes are sudden, others arrive quietly, but the truth remains: nothing lasts forever. Stoicism teaches us that the key is not to stop change, but to embrace and accept it. Whenever we face setbacks, loss, failure, or broken relationships, feelings of anxiety and resistance naturally arise. However, Stoicism encourages us to shift our perspective. Instead of clinging to a static and perfect state, recognize that all things have a natural cycle. Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic emperor, once wrote in Meditations, "Everything that happens is either endurable or not. If it is endurable, then endure it. Stop complaining." This is more than a statement, it's a powerful reminder. If we understand that nothing is permanent, we will not be confused or devastated by loss or setbacks. Instead, we will learn to adapt and view every change as an opportunity to mature. Epictetus, a living example of acceptance. Take Epictetus, another great Stoic philosopher, as an example. Born a slave, he rose above his circumstances to live a free and resilient life, not because he never faced hardships, but because he accepted what he could not change and kept his spirit strong. Epictetus's strength did not come from physical power, but from his ability to remain calm and clear-minded amidst adversity. He understood deeply: change is inevitable. A life example: caught in the rain. Imagine this. You are walking peacefully in the park when suddenly heavy rains start pouring down. You are unprepared. You are soaked, cold, and discomfort floods your mind. You could shout or complain about your bad luck, or you could choose another path. Take a deep breath. Feel each raindrop. Acknowledge the cold wind. Instead of letting the rain control your emotions, you observe, accept, and continue walking. You understand that this rain is simply part of life's impermanent flow. It will pass, and you, by accepting it, will learn to adapt and remain harmonious in all circumstances. This is the power Stoicism offers. Accepting impermanence is not resignation, it is an art of mastering emotions and thoughts. So how do we remain calm when life throws its harshest challenges at us? Stoic philosophy offers clear guidance. Focus only on what you can control and release what lies beyond your reach. When we understand that change is constant, we stop resisting and start embracing every moment, transforming every obstacle into an opportunity to become stronger. And now, let's move forward. In the next part, we will explore another profound idea from Stoicism. Hardships are not setbacks. They are opportunities for growth. Stay with me as we continue this eye-opening journey. In the previous part, we discovered that acceptance does not mean giving up or surrendering. Instead, it's about realizing that life is a never-ending flow of changes, and facing them calmly is the secret to lasting inner peace. But the question remains, how do we stay calm when life becomes overwhelmingly difficult? The answer, according to Stoicism, is simple yet powerful. Focus only on what is within our control and release everything else. Main content: how to maintain calm and embrace challenges. Indeed, while we cannot stop the waves of change, we can always control how we react to them. Change comes and goes. That's a fact of life. But it is our response that shapes our attitude and determines our emotions. When we fully accept that everything is temporary and ever-changing, negative emotions will no longer be able to sweep us away so easily. Instead, we will learn to face each challenge with strength, confidence, and grace. Think about this. Even the small sensations we experience daily, itchiness, hunger, tension, or even unpredictable weather, are all natural signs of impermanence. They are fleeting moments in the endless river of life. So why do we allow these natural changes to control us? Why do we fight what is inevitable? Stoicism teaches us a far wiser approach. Do not obstruct or resist these changes. Instead, live in harmony with them. When we adopt this mindset, every step we take will be filled with patience and peace. With Stoic philosophy as our guide, every difficulty we face transforms into a valuable opportunity for personal growth. By accepting that nothing is eternal, we unlock the ability to calmly face even the harshest changes. This calm acceptance not only strengthens our resilience, but also preserves our self-respect and dignity, helping us remain undisturbed by forces beyond our control. Transition. Introducing the next idea. At this point, you may be wondering, are hardships truly opportunities? Can adversity genuinely make us better? Let's continue our exploration as we dive into one of Stoicism's most powerful teachings. Number 2, difficulties are opportunities for growth and development. Difficulties as teachers. The path to strength every challenge we encounter offers us a chance to grow. When we face obstacles head-on and overcome them, we become wiser, more capable, and better prepared for life's next hurdles. Through hardships, we develop new skills, sharpen our thinking, and gain valuable lessons about ourselves and the world around us. So the next time life presents a tough situation, don't see it as a burden or punishment. See it as a teacher, because challenges shape us. They make us sharper, stronger, and more adaptable if we know how to embrace them with the right mindset. In Stoic philosophy, difficulties are not considered bad. Rather, they are viewed as essential exercises that help us train, grow, and become the best versions of ourselves. After all, life will never be entirely free of struggles. One of Stoicism's core teachings is simple yet profound. We cannot control external events, but we can control how we respond to them. Wise words from Marcus Aurelius: turn obstacles into pathways. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor and philosopher, once famously said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This powerful quote captures the essence of Stoicism's view on challenges. Rather than seeing obstacles as blockages, we are encouraged to view them as opportunities. Each difficulty we face can become a stepping stone, pushing us forward toward wisdom, growth, and personal mastery. Without challenges, we cannot truly mature. It is through facing hardship that we gain resilience and inner strength. Seneca's insight: difficulties build the mind. Seneca, another revered Stoic philosopher, also emphasized this point. Difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body. Just as our muscles require resistance and effort to grow stronger, our minds and spirits need challenges to become resilient and unbreakable. Every hardship we endure builds patience, trains our resilience, and forges determination. Deep within us, each time we face adversity, we move one step closer to maturity and self-mastery. The story of Thomas Edison, a modern example of perseverance. Even in modern times, we can find inspiration in the story of Thomas Edison. Throughout his quest to invent the electric light bulb, Edison encountered thousands of failures, over 1,000 attempts. But did he give up? No. Instead, he saw each failure not as defeat, but as one step closer to success. He famously said, "I have just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Every mistake he made became a valuable lesson. With each setback, he analyzed, adjusted, and improved his approach. For Edison, failure was never negative. It was simply part of the process, an essential path toward innovation and achievement. So, what can we learn from these great thinkers and innovators? That obstacles are not meant to stop us. They are meant to shape us. When we view challenges through the lens of Stoicism, they become not sources of despair, but powerful opportunities for transformation and personal evolution. In the next part of our journey, we will uncover another profound Stoic principle: the importance of self-control and mastering our emotions. As we've seen, challenges are not enemies. They are teachers, tests designed to sharpen our willpower and shape our character. From Thomas Edison's thousands of failures to the daily struggles we all face, Stoicism reminds us of a profound truth. No matter how great the challenge, it holds within it the opportunity to learn, grow, and move forward. Main content: seeing challenges as opportunities. Remember, hardships don't just come from work or careers. They also appear in everyday life, in relationships, family dynamics, and difficult decisions. At times, the greatest obstacles come from within ourselves: uncertainty, hesitation, and fear of change. So, what does Stoicism teach us in these critical moments? Do not react impulsively. Do not let emotions overpower reason. Instead, we are encouraged to pause, observe, and reflect deeply on each situation to uncover the lessons it brings. Mastering ourselves. The first step toward growth success is not just about overcoming difficulties. It is also about developing self-control, understanding ourselves, and maintaining inner peace amidst chaos. Stoicism reminds us to accept that some things are beyond our control, and instead of wasting energy trying to change them, we should focus on what we can control: our reactions and attitudes. This is the true beginning of personal growth. Marcus Aurelius offers us a powerful reminder. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Obstacles are not blockages. They are the very path that leads us to become stronger and wiser. Challenges shape the better version of ourselves. Every challenge is an opportunity for training. It makes us stronger, sharper, and more aware of hidden abilities within ourselves. So, when you encounter the next difficulty, do not see it as a burden or something to fear. Instead, see it as a stepping stone toward becoming a better version of who you are meant to be. Challenges should not be avoided. They are the chances for us to rise, learn, and mature. Engaging the audience, connecting with viewers. What about you? In your life, what hardships have you faced? And more importantly, what lessons have you learned from them? Feel free to share your story in the comments below, because by sharing and listening, we can all gain deeper insights into life's valuable lessons. Now let's continue this journey and uncover another essential Stoic principle: the relationship between actions and results. Often, the greatest source of suffering isn't reality itself, but the way our imagination reacts to it. So join me in the next part, where we will explore how our actions, not circumstances, shape our destiny. In the previous part, we explored how actions determine results, even when facing overwhelming adversity. And perhaps no one embodies this truth more than Stephen Hawking, a man who, despite being bound by illness, left a timeless mark on science and inspired millions around the world. Main content: the power of action, even when limitations surround. US. When people think of Stephen Hawking, they often picture a man who could not stand, could not walk, and spent most of his life in a wheelchair. It's an image that evokes sympathy and sorrow. But here's what makes his story extraordinary. He refused to let his condition define him. Rather than letting his illness imprison his dreams, Hawking chose a different path, one of acceptance and resilience. He fully acknowledged his physical limitations, yet rose above them with a spirit that remained unbroken. Even as his body weakened, his mind and determination continued to shine. Hawking kept researching, teaching, and writing, not just surviving, but thriving. His book, A Brief History of Time, became a global sensation, allowing millions to better understand the mysteries of the universe. Through his work, he transformed how we perceive the origins of the universe, black holes, and the concept of time. Yet beyond his scientific contributions, Hawking became a beacon of inspiration, proving that regardless of circumstances, greatness can still be achieved if you refuse to give up. Actions reflect our inner values. When we look deeper into Hawking's life, we see a profound relationship between action and outcome. Though severely ill, he never allowed his condition to control his destiny. Each lecture he gave and every book he wrote was a testament to his willpower and determination. And the result? A remarkable legacy in science and an enduring example of mental strength triumphing over adversity. In Stoic philosophy, action is never just about what we do at the moment. Instead, it reflects our values, beliefs, and mindset. Every response we make is a choice, and mastering these choices is key to achieving the outcomes we seek. Taking responsibility, the path to true success. By changing how we act and react, we have the power to reshape our entire lives. Stoicism teaches us to avoid fear and blame in difficult times. Instead, it urges us to respond with confidence, composure, and personal responsibility. Every challenge is a chance to grow. It helps us gain wisdom, affirm our worth, and become more resilient. Marcus Aurelius perfectly captured this with his timeless words: "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Obstacles are not barriers. They are the very paths that lead us toward growth and self-mastery, engaging the audience, inviting reflection. So, what about you? Have you ever wondered, are you acting consciously and taking full responsibility for your choices, or are you letting external circumstances dictate your life? Every action, big or small, shapes our results. That's why Stoicism is not just about enduring hardships, but about proactively acting, mastering emotions, and responding to challenges with clarity and grace. Share your thoughts below. Have you ever changed the outcome of your life through your actions and mindset? I would love to hear your stories. We learn that action, or more precisely, how we choose to react, shapes our destiny. But what happens when we can't act right? When faced with situations beyond our control, is there a way to remain peaceful and composed? This is where the art of acceptance and letting go, deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy, reveals its true power. Main content: acceptance. Not surrender, but liberation. Imagine you are caught in a heated argument. The tension rises, voices grow louder, and emotions swirl in the air. At that moment, you face two choices. You can either react impulsively, defending your point right away, or you can choose a different path. Pause, observe, and respond wisely. When you choose silence and take a deep breath, something incredible happens. You realize you cannot control the other person's emotions. They may remain angry, they may misunderstand, or they may continue arguing, but you, in that very moment, hold complete control over yourself. That brief silence brings clarity. It helps you maintain dignity, avoid unnecessary conflicts, and opens up a space to express your thoughts more clearly and calmly. This is the essence of Stoicism: acceptance. Acceptance does not mean giving up. It means understanding that resisting what lies beyond our power only drains our energy and leads to stress and frustration. When we accept what cannot be changed, we free ourselves from the burden of resistance and gain strength in choosing our response. Shifting perspective, focusing on what we can control. Stoicism teaches us that instead of struggling to control the outside world, we should redirect our focus inward to our thoughts, attitudes, and actions. By doing so, we no longer allow external circumstances to dictate our emotions. Instead, we create peace within ourselves. A perfect example of this wisdom is found in the life of Albert Einstein. As a child, Einstein faced immense challenges. He did not speak until the age of 3 and was labeled a poor student. But rather than letting criticism and failure defeat him, Einstein accepted his struggles and focused on what he could control: his passion for science and relentless curiosity. His acceptance, combined with perseverance, eventually transformed him into one of history's greatest physicists, revolutionizing our understanding of the universe with his theory of relativity. Acceptance, the gateway to inner peace and freedom. In our daily lives, we often face situations that seem unfair or overwhelming. It's easy to fall into frustration, bitterness, or self-pity. But Stoicism reminds us, true peace comes not from controlling the outside world, but from mastering our inner world. By accepting what is beyond our control, we create space for clarity and stillness. We are no longer prisoners of fate or other people's actions. Instead, we become masters of our inner realm, guiding ourselves toward peace and serenity regardless of what happens around us. Acceptance is not passivity, it is the highest form of action. Most importantly, acceptance does not equal passivity or weakness. It is a conscious and proactive choice to release the need for control while fully embracing responsibility for how we respond. True emotional freedom lies in this balance. When we no longer feel compelled to control everything, we find peace naturally blossoming within us. By mastering this art, we can navigate life gracefully, letting go of struggles and welcoming wisdom and confidence. We explored the power of acceptance, letting go of what lies beyond our control to discover true inner peace. But is that enough? When life's storms truly arrive, when pressures from work, family tensions, or unavoidable losses surround us, how can we truly maintain that sense of serenity? Now let's go deeper into the art of maintaining inner peace in all circumstances. Main content: maintaining inner peace amidst life's chaos. Life constantly presents situations that shake our emotions. Whether it's stress at work, heated arguments at home, or heartbreaking losses, these challenges can easily lead us into anxiety, insecurity, and emotional instability. However, according to Stoic philosophy, inner peace is not something distant or unattainable. It is a state that anyone can reach, and more importantly, sustain, even when surrounded by turmoil. Stoicism does not teach us to be cold or emotionless, nor does it suggest that we suppress our feelings. On the contrary, this philosophy encourages us to acknowledge emotions while ensuring they do not dictate our actions or disrupt our clarity. Choosing our response: the key to peace. In the eyes of a Stoic, what matters is not what happens to us, but how we choose to respond. When unexpected events strike, confusion, sadness, and frustration are natural responses. But Stoicism reminds us, in those moments, we must turn inward and seek clarity from within. Peace is not achieved by eliminating emotions. It comes from learning to regulate and transform our emotional reactions. A fundamental element in sustaining inner peace is the ability to focus on the present moment. The past is unchangeable. The future is yet to come. Only the present offers us the power to act. When we dwell too much on regrets or fears, we lose control over ourselves. Stoicism teaches us to anchor ourselves in the present, focusing on what we can do now to improve our situation and build a better life. Real-life example: the story of Helen Keller. No one illustrates this better than Helen Keller. Deaf and blind from a very young age, Helen Keller faced unimaginable challenges, but instead of surrendering to despair, she chose to confront and overcome. Through perseverance and relentless learning, Helen became a renowned author, speaker, and activist. She once said, "We cannot do great things without perseverance." Helen Keller's journey is a perfect reflection of Stoicism. She did not allow misfortune to define her. Instead, she embraced reality, accepted her limits, and channeled her energy into meaningful actions. Your attitude defines everything. Shift your perspective. In your darkest hours, you may wonder, is it truly possible to remain calm when everything around you is falling apart? The answer is absolutely yes, but only if you adjust your perspective and follow Stoic teachings. Rather than drowning in despair or seeking reasons to suffer, ask yourself, what can I learn from this situation? What action can I take right now to improve things? These questions help you stay grounded, turning difficulties into lessons and fostering positive change. Stoicism is not a lofty or distant concept. It is a practical guide for navigating life's toughest moments. Of course, applying this philosophy requires daily practice and patience. But once you embrace it, you'll unlock an inner freedom and peace you never knew existed. As we've seen, maintaining inner peace not only helps us overcome challenges, but also opens the door to a freer and more meaningful life. So what happens when you truly embrace that peace? You begin to realize that no event or hardship can shake the solid foundation within you anymore. Main content: turning every challenge into an opportunity for growth. Every difficulty, every painful moment, no matter how harsh, is actually an opportunity to practice emotional control and preserve your dignity. Take a moment to remember Helen Keller. She was not merely someone who survived adversity. She became a shining example of Stoic philosophy, proving that nothing is impossible if we remain calm and never give up. Practicing inner peace does more than help us endure. It is the key to living a meaningful, free, and self-directed life. Stoicism always reminds us, even though we cannot control everything that happens around us, we can absolutely control how we react to those events. It's not the events, but our responses that define the outcome. According to Stoicism, every event, good or bad, carries its own value. If we view them through the right lens, they become opportunities for us to learn, grow, and strengthen our character. Calmness, acceptance, and purposeful reactions. These are the true strengths of Stoic individuals. Ask yourself, have you ever faced a huge challenge only to later realize that everything happened for a reason? That those hardships taught you life's most valuable lessons? If so, you have already touched the core essence of Stoicism. Expanding, inviting connection with the audience. I would love to know your story. Please share your thoughts and experiences. In the comments below this video, have you ever been through a moment when you felt that everything happened for a reason? Your voice matters here, and I truly look forward to hearing from you. If you found inspiration in Stoic philosophy today, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel so you won't miss out on future content, because the journey to discovering inner peace, mental strength, and the deeper lessons of Stoicism is far from over. Stay tuned, because in the next video, we will continue exploring how Stoicism can help you stay strong, resilient, and grounded no matter what storms life throws your way. See you in the next video.